Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna go back and look at this steel dive watch that I purchased about a year ago. A couple people have asked for an update, so this is the update. This is the steel dive SD1964 Sea-Dweller Sub Dive watch. Right now on their site, which is where I got it from, it's $179. I believe at the time I purchased it, it was probably around $199 or something. The price fluctuates a little bit. This one has a stainless steel band. So we're just going to go through it and take a look at it. And if you stay to the end of the video, I will tell you my experience and what happened exactly with this watch and talking to the manufacturer and why we probably would not buy another one. It comes in a little case here. Some people call it like a little Pelican case, but it's just a soft case. It's nice though. It's not that bad. You open it up and inside you got some protective foam, and we have inside the watch. This is the red black gradient, and we have normal size wrists here. So we took 4 links out and basically it fits good. There's some adjustability. It comes with a little warranty card here, and you can see the number because honestly, I don't think this is anything. If they sold 112,000 watches, kudos for them. But yeah, that's that. The instruction manual. It is decently written. There are some flaws in here that I see. It does give you some good instructions. Tells you how to wind the watch. So it's NH35, and that's the movement that's in here. The difference between the NH35 and NH36 is the 35 just has the date number, the 36 has the day and the number. But there's certain spots where you're supposed to turn these things in, or certain positions. But what gets me here is when you go to the back to the specifications, it says water resistance up to 200 meters. On this watch here, it says 1,000 meters. So, and nowhere else in the instruction manual does it say anything. So yeah, that's the first thing that we noticed. Moving right along into the watch. Now, this is a beautiful watch. Like we said, we've been wearing it for about a year. It's got some scratches on it. It's about a year's worth of use. See the clasp there. But we'll get down to exactly what this thing's supposed to have. It's supposed to be ceramic, AR-coated sapphire, crystal, and stuff like that. And as you can see, we'll try and get in there. It is very nice in there. It is very clean in there. There are no scratches on the glass or anything like that. From what we can tell, the bezel is ceramic. The lume is decent, so it does last a while, and we will charge it up and show you. Screw down crown. And it's basically, it's a super heavy, super big watch. So if you got small wrist or you're not used to wearing big watches, you are not going to want to wear this watch because it does get annoying after a while. Other than that, it does look like a great watch. It keeps good time. It's an NH35, so it is a workhorse. It's legendary. It's in a lot of watches, so you can count on the movement being at least decent in there, but we are going to open it up just to double check. I wanted to turn on some more light so you can see in there. It's very nice. All right, so we're going to start out with the first thing that we noticed wrong with this watch. When you go to put it on, the clasp is upside down. So it's very awkward to take on and off. Now, that's a simple thing that can be fixed. You can swap that around, but at that price point, you shouldn't really have to deal with that. So we will take the bracelet off and flip that around. Another thing we noticed was when we open up the crown here, now it does feel smooth and everything, and it does have nice crisp action. When we pull it out to set the date, look at that right there, the number 5. There's some little tiny smudge or ink mark, whatever you want to call it right there. And it's only on the 5. If you go through all of them. And again, the function is decent. I mean, it's a Seiko movement, so. But yeah, that 5 right there. That's the next issue. So we got the bracelet essentially, and the little date wheel. Now, we'll get that back in there. For the next part, we're gonna have to take the bracelet off. Okay, now that we have the band off, it's gonna be much easier to see. As you see, you just heard that little click. You have to stop the bezel in between the clicks to get it to stop on 12. It does not line directly up. If you see, it looks like the bezel was stuck on there just a little bit off to the left, and we'll show you. Now the bezel action is good. You got very little back play, but there is some back play in there. But as we come around, we'll go nice and slow for you. As you get closer, it looks like it's gonna stop on there. But as you see, it's right before it, and we'll go one more click. And now it's right after it. And you can't go back. It doesn't let you go back. There's no back play to go back. And I'll show you what actually has to happen. You gotta go very slowly. And right, I think it worked. We stop right in between the click. But any little bump, and it gets bumped off. So that's another issue with the bezel not lining directly up. Coming around to here, everything else looks good. The machine quality on the bracelet here is just subpar. It's not good at all on both sides. So the whole bracelet altogether is trash. I might just change out the bracelet altogether because of it being upside down and just not being good at all. So far we have one of the date numbers being messed up, number 5. The bezel not lining correctly up. The band being upside down, and just the quality and the finish on the lugs here, as you can see, it's just very, very not smooth. And these are all pictures that we sent them. And like I said, if you stay to the end, we'll get into exactly what happened. But right now, we'll show you opening it up. One thing we did notice when we got it, we did open up, check it. This case back was loose. So it was not tight, and there's no way that it would reach 1,000 meters at all. And that's the helium escape valve. So we're gonna get it opened up, take a look at it, and see what movement's in there. All right, the case back has been loosened. It's a decently thick case back. It does have a gasket there. It's pretty thick. And as you can see, inside is the 24 joule NH35 Alpha, NH35A. So this is a good movement. It's all steel in there and metal. That one little plastic thing is a ring just to center it. But other than that, it's got a steel outer ring. So it's a decent stout movement. We're gonna put the case back on it so we don't get no dust in here. All right, we are gonna show you how the loom looks. It's pretty dark in here now. and it is extremely bright. It's decent, and it lasts a while, so have no complaints really on the lume. It lasts quite a few hours. Now, if you're in a semi-lighted room, you may not see it, but if it's pitch black, you will see the lume and it will glow. Okay, overall, you've seen everything about the watch. We've used it about a year. As you can see, there are some flaws with the watch straight from the manufacturer, and we did buy this from the Steeldive website. The wear and tear for a year. The fit and finish on this bracelet, clasp, whatever you want to call it, is not very good. So we will probably look for like a slide lock one or something. Has it ever popped off? No. So it does serve its function. It was just upside down. So we'll correct that. Overall, would we buy another steel watch? No. And the main deciding factor on that is when we contacted them about getting this thing exchanged or some type of warranty or even a couple bucks back, they, at first when we emailed them, they said send pictures. So we sent pictures, and then when they emailed us back, they had offered us like $10 to keep the watch. And I said, hey, there's a lot of problems with it. We would much rather send it back to you. So they agreed. They said, okay, we'll send it back. It'll take up to 30 days or so to get back to us. And then, some time for us to inspect it. And if all the things are wrong with it, that the pictures you sent, we'll issue you a replacement or a refund, whatever I wanted. And I said, okay, that's fine. Tell me how to ship it back. So they gave me an address to some building on like some floor. It wasn't even really, it was attention to somebody in like an office. So whatever was going on is fine, but I was like, okay, send me a shipping label. And they were like, oh, we don't provide return shipping. And I'm like, well, I just got the product. So when I contacted them back and told them that, I was like, hey, how do I insure everything and get all this going? They told me just to insure it for $30. So, and then not to insure it as, as a steel dive watch. They wanted me to insure it as something else. So it was very shady. And I was like, no, I don't want to return it like that. Oh, if the watch is, $199, why are we saying it's only worth $30 going back? And why are we not listing it as what it is, a steel dive Sea-Dweller? They wanted me to put something different in the description. So that wasn't cool at all. And I was like, all right, well, what do we do from here? There's no authorized dealers here in the US or whatever. And basically it was just a stalemate. So that's what you're going to have to deal with when you start to get these knockoff watches or these replica watches or homage watches, whatever you want to call them, if they're not original. And the reason why I wouldn't buy another one was because of all those problems. How are you going to get a warranty if you have to send it back and insure it as something, not as a watch? How do I know that I'm going to get the thing back? We bought a Citizen watch for just a couple more dollars. That is a dive watch, a blue gradient one. You can click the link above to see that. And it is much better quality. That thing has been abused and there's nothing wrong with it. So overall, if you can get these things on sale, they're probably a $150 watch, $125, $150 watch. It is a nice heavy case. The lens is good, or the glass is good. The bezel looks ceramic, but again, we have the problems right there. It just clicked off again, if you see. It's just slightly off to the left now again. It's not perfect. And it's just, all these little problems are an annoyance for something that's around $200. For that, like I said, you can go find a Citizen or whatnot on sale on Amazon. So I hope this helps you guys out. And again, if you have a small wrist or anything, this is not going to be the size. You don't want these Sea-Dweller size watches. They're just humongous. But overall, would not buy one again. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.